ALR, turning to alcohol, diagnosed with BPD, and saying goodbye forever. How much of this is just clickbait?
Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today we're gonna do like a Q&A type style. I feel like I haven't done just like a straight up Q&A in a very long time. And I know there's probably a lot of questions, a lot of things you guys wanna know, want me to talk about, clarify, explain, whatever it may be. So
You're pretty transparent.
it's perfect time to do that. I know I have not really been posting, and honestly it's because
I checked yesterday.
going on up here.
It's been like 5 or 6 days. Doesn't she basically on most times post once a week?
That it's hard for me to sit and focus. Plus I've been busy out doing things, and it's just like I went through a very big moment by, you know, moving to a completely different state, living by myself for the first time in my life in this way, around
your mama
family
there?
that I haven't been around since I was 18 years old. I'm 32 now.
Okay, you're 32, so this whole I'm moving somewhere else, blah, 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 you're too old to be acting like you can't handle this or it's too rough for you. You don't even have like a job or nothing, but this. Haven't you only been there for like 3 or 4 weeks?
I was ending a relationship
On my
with
computer.
a person that I thought I was going to be with forever, that I literally thought I was going to marry.
Talking about Wipey that y'all broke up months ago.
There was a lot of
32 years old,
different
people.
things happening, and which are still happening. And it's just like I was filming every single day and uploading every other day. And I think I just got burnt out because it really was just like so.
Guys, she got burnt out. All those super high effort, highly produced, clearly 40 hours a week worth of editing and graphic work, graphic design stuff, all that. She got burnt out from all those videos. You remember those videos? All those amazingly high effort videos she's been doing.
Much at once, and I was feeling extremely overwhelmed, and I've kind of just like disappeared. So I do want to say I'm sorry for that.
No, you were gone for like less than a week.
I posted 3 days ago. Anything you want me to talk about? And
I checked her last video. It was the museum one. That was only like 6 days ago, right?
an upcoming video, I posted that on my community tab. So I'm just gonna go in order. Obviously, I'm gonna skip over things I either A, don't want to talk about, things I feel like that are like too disrespectful.
Man, you seem cool as a cucumber, Amberlynn. You don't seem like anything is bothering you.
For me, or like repeat questions, but I'm just gonna start from the top and work my way down. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is,
Why the jump
why are
cut?
you suddenly no longer complaining about any of your multiple health issues that were always causing you to be set back, or your mental health problems that you felt the need to feel to use as a crutch every day,
Cut.
suddenly healed from everything? So before I answer that, I just want to
Another
say
cut.
that's really sad that like when people are vocal about their like mental health or
The problem is we can see how nasty you've treated some of your exes and how cynical and disingenuous you come across sometimes. So like, and also how you get stories crossing this way and that way and it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense sometimes. You were going to get weight loss surgery. That would have helped a lot of your problems, right? But you decided not to. So either you never were going to in the first place or it was all just clickbait.
physical stuff that people say, oh, you're using that as a crutch. When it's like when things are too late or things have gone too far or you are too far gone, people are like, oh, you should have spoke up. You should have said something. And it's like, I am very
Another
much
cut.
that person that I do speak up. I do say something. But I've noticed I have
Another
taken
cut.
a lot of steps back in that regard because I am feeling
Another
constantly
cut.
judged. I am feeling
Are
like
they always
people
like this?
think that I do use it as a crutch or an excuse. So I think that's the reason why that I'm not talking about those things anymore, because like even in this person's question, they said like, why are you no longer
See, all the cuts, it just makes you seem like you're kind of making stuff up out the pocket, right? If you had a real answer for something like that and you saw these questions before, why would you need to make a cut every few seconds? And I apologize if this is something she always does, but geez, man,
complaining
I don't
about these
notice.
things? I know
I rarely actually watch any of these videos. I listen to them like while I'm at work or doing stuff around the house. So forgive me.
I never feel like I'm coming from a complaining spot. I've always just tried to take pride in like being vocal about my mental health or like things that I'm going through. But overall, the reason why I'm not talking about these things anymore is
maybe
because
it's
I
my
have
phone.
taken a step back
Maybe it's just me.
of talking about really personal things. And it's because of the response
Okay, no,
that I
was it.
receive
That was
when
a
I
cut.
do that. Because the response that I receive doesn't help me. It actually makes me feel worse. Have you noticed an improvement in your health overall? So yeah, I do notice improvement in my health. And I'm gonna come from like
My health?
my stamina.
If you talk like Amberlyn Reed, you might.
Because it's like I was actually talking to my mom the other night, and I was like explaining to her like how bad I was in 2019 because she didn't even know. She didn't even know the extent of how bad I was because
Was she watching your videos?
it was just embarrassing. The only people who knew were the people that I lived with. It's like I was outside. I was actually taking a walk with my mom and with Twinkie. And I was just like,
It's always, I'm taking a walk. We didn't see none of this. Like, you didn't put a little clip at the beginning of you outside.
Not even remotely close. I am able to go and do things. Science Museum is a really good example of that. Whereas in 2019, I couldn't do those things. And even my mom was like, what do you think changed? Like, how do you think that you did that? Like, even though you're still the same size as you were. It's because it takes work. It takes hard work to build your stamina. Like, it was very, very hard because I still remember in 2019, when I tried to take a shower, like my legs would shake. I would be so out of breath. For even 30 seconds of me standing, I was like...
Somebody was speculating that she can't fit in the shower anymore.
It just felt like I was completely incapable as a person. It was...
She had to hire a power washer crew.
I remember feeling...
Got big plans.
Like, I'm never going to change. I remember feeling like this is how my life is always going to be. And I had a really good friend at the time who experienced a lot of like the same things I was experiencing when it came to like my stamina, and like I literally couldn't even stand for 30 seconds. And I remember very well just like constantly talking to her about it and just saying like, is this how it's always going to be? Because that's what it felt like. I was trapped in a prison. And then slowly but surely over time, I said, no.
You're not anymore?
I'm gonna get up. And
you're not still trapped in a prison? I mean, you know, never any judgment, but I know what it's like to be pretty big. And I don't know, girl. Anything over 400 pounds is a prison, I assume. Anybody who's that big could probably tell you that.
I'm gonna stand for no reason. Like, there were times where I would purposely stand for no reason just to build those muscles that I had lost. And a really big thing for me that changed was I stopped sitting while cooking. I stopped sitting while doing things where normally I would sit. Like, sometimes I even journal standing up. Like,
okay. Does anybody believe that she's doing much more cooking? One. And number two, so a little bit of understanding like the health science of obesity. When you're very, very big, yeah, you can get stamina back. You can work on that. But if you're not also at the same time trying to lose some weight, you can work on your stamina, but you also need to be losing weight too. Because especially once you pass that like 30-year mark, everything gets more difficult. Because especially if you've been big for your whole life, we know Amber has been, right? If you've been big your whole life, all the way through your 20s, right? You were healthy, you had all that youthful vitality. Well, what happens is being really overweight weighs you down. Wears you down, sorry. It wears you down, and your body slowly gets further behind in like your healing, right? All of your body processes become more and more difficult, and that it wears you down to where it's great to be working on your stamina, but if she's not also trying to lose some weight, she's only making herself less healthy. Like when you're big, right? And no offense to anybody, it's no judgment, but I just hope that anybody who's big, just eat one step at a time, man. That's all it takes, and you can get there, right? But she doesn't care about that because she's making buku bucks, right? Someone said she's probably making over 100 grand a year. That's amazing, right? That's more than my household by like 50%, right? That's a lot of money. And she doesn't care to change. She thinks she's just fine. Look at her. She's really feeling her oats right now. She got her hairs. Look, she brushed her damn hair, right? She got the low neckline and all that stuff. So like, this is how she is when she's feeling herself. She doesn't think she needs to change ever. So yeah, props for working on stamina, but you really need to be working on your weight. Number one, you could lay around all day, but as long as you're losing 2 or 3 pounds a week, you're gonna get healthier no matter what.
You don't need to be sitting all the time. And the biggest
Especially if you're
one
big.
for me is every time I go to a store, I would tell myself, do not get on the scooter. I think a really big part of that, what made it like easier, was being with
Scooter
Celine,
Lynn!
because I felt ashamed and embarrassed. I did not want her to see me like that. So not
Amber Lynn, Scooter Reed.
one time while being in a relationship with her did I ever use a scooter. But it's just all those tiny little things. It's just like doing more, cleaning the house when there's no reason for it. It builds your stamina.
If there's no reason to clean your house, that means your house is already clean. So clearly, there is a reason to clean your house.
When you literally had none. I'm not talking about like the average person. I don't think that cleaning is gonna help your stamina. I mean, go for it. But when you were pretty much bedbound, getting up and doing things that you normally wouldn't and doing them every single day, it makes it to where your stamina just improves. So then every single day you're able to do more.
You think maybe she's up here dunking on Chantal, Foodie Beauty? Because Chantal is like, she's like right on the line between where she is and immobility. And she's been doing, I swear these are rage mukbangs, right?
More. So now that it's been, 4 years since then, that person in 2019, she doesn't exist. Like the mentality I had, who I was on YouTube, she doesn't exist anymore. Just the incapability of just living as a human. Because here I am living on my own.
You realize we've been watching you for a long time, and not a lot of things seem very different.
I need zero help. Next question is, are you in pain going out so much? No, I'm not in pain, but like obviously I do have lipedema and lymphedema. So by moving,
Which means you should go on a diet, because whereas those conditions are not completely reversible, going on a low carb diet, lowering your carbohydrates will force you to lose a lot of the water you got in those limbs, and it will really help you. Are you on a diet, Amber?
I do swell more. So that is the part that does suck a lot. That's one thing that my body can't get used to. Has Feline ghosted you? Okay, so the answer is no. But I really hurt her after we broke up by falling in love with someone else. I hurt her a lot, and I take accountability.
Y'all broke up, but then it hurt her that you moved on. Okay. But y'all broke up, and it was nice and cool and kosher and all that shit, right?
I obviously just could not control falling in love with someone else. I very much fell in love.
Somebody you met in person?
I did. And it just was really hard for her, and it became hard for me, and it became a very big mess. And it just really...
Man, I can tell y'all this one is boring. It's so boring. I wish... And it's 19 minutes long.
Show like how much she did love me, and I felt horrible, and I tried to fix... I went through like a whole separate heartbreak in private. Like I just feel like I'm reliving the heartbreak.
Where them tears?
Just a...
Where them tears? How you go through a heartbreak? Did you actually meet this person in person? I don't know, girl.
Over. We were cordial for a bit after she left. We would text. Then like almost daily I would text her like, I love you, I miss you, because I just felt like...
You break up with somebody, why are you saying that shit? Okay, I'm sorry. This is not new or cool or nothing. Let's see.
And I'm going to be respecting her wishes, even if it's really freaking hard. Like it's been so hard. Like I have
hard to what?
Yeah. Call her. I've wanted to
You're
text
not even
her
crying.
these last 5 days, and it's like I can't. And it's just been a whole other level of torture because I miss her so much. And I just think out of respect for say bad things about her, not fast, which surprised me, especially with all the medications you're on. It adapts slower than Twinkie and Rarity, but they're amazing. They seem very happy. They seem calm, and that just makes me really
Your
happy.
plants?
Do you think it's wise to be drinking all the time with all the medications you're on?
Is she drinking all the time?
Actually, I'm not on any.
We really only saw her drink once, I thought, in her closet. She had like, man, at 455, she claims like 5'10" or something, right? At 5'10", Man, a 6-pack of White Claw and one of those little buzz balls is nothing. It is nothing.
Medications at all. I can't tell you the last time I took a
I think she even pretended to get drunk off of that.
medication. It's been months since I've been off of like anxiety medicine or for my
Okay, so diagnosed with BPD, but she ain't on medication. So, and also, if you know anything, maybe you have had issues. It takes a long time to get a real diagnosis with BPD. It takes a very long time. Like it goes on, a large part of your life. It's not easy, right?
bipolar.
And if you get diagnosed, they're going to put you on medication. They're going to put you on something like Depakote or
But I
whatever,
actually
a
am
mood
taking
bouncer.
a break on the whole drinking thing because I felt like I was turning to it. I did go through a
Oh yeah, she been here for a month, and she showed us drinking once. Maybe she drank at the casino when she went, but it's like you went through this whole became an alcoholic, and now you're not anymore. Arc in a month.
phase a couple years. Felt like I needed something so I didn't have to feel what I was currently feeling, and that's when I told
Can she get weed in Oklahoma? She in Oklahoma, right? She way too damn close to me. Now, thank you, universe.
myself, okay, I need to stop drinking because I'm not going to use alcohol as a crutch. I'm not that person, or at least I thought I wasn't that person. But when I told myself
I
I
could
was
feel
gonna
the
stop
gravity
drinking,
gets
I was
stronger.
able to do that. I didn't drink for about a year and a half, and now I'm finding myself going back to that. Like at first, I was like, you know what, single era.
you're taking a
I
break.
live by
You just said you're taking a
myself,
break.
have a couple drinks. There's nothing wrong with that. But then I realized, okay, I like the way this makes me feel. I like that it's taking away certain emotions, heightening other emotions, and it's making me feel good. Then I started doing it more frequently, and I kinda
Over a few
wanted to
weeks?
take like a
Oh
little
my
break
God.
until I heal a little bit more. Have you finished
If you just stop doing something, just stop. You don't have a problem with it. All right?
unpacking? Yes, I unpacked within like 4 days of moving because I was just ready for all the boxes to be gone. I was ready for everything to be homey feeling. So it's been a hot minute since I've been done
Oh, that's her fan. I
Talk
thought that
about
was my
if you
fan.
ever get back with one of your past girlfriends. Oh my gosh. If
Uh-oh.
circumstances were different, I would definitely get back with Feline. Yes, I would. Have you found a new therapist? I actually have not. So this is actually a good question to kind of lead into something else. A little bit of a backstory is, as you guys remember, I had to do 12 sessions
Okay.
of therapy to get weight loss surgery because I was trying to do that. And then
So we're gonna skip forward a little bit, maybe 20 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
I don't want to make a 40-minute video over this really boring stuff.
completely different state, and I wasn't able to keep the same.
But she act like I don't know exactly how far Kentucky is from Oklahoma, but you're still like at the same longitudinal axis. Like you ain't that far from going away. I mean, I'm in Texas, and I couldn't tell you what the difference is.
Psychologist, obviously. But I guess now is the time to say. I really did not want to share this. I don't
Except they got less teeth in Oklahoma.
know why, but I think it's something that, like, out of the diagnoses I've got my whole life ever since
Diagnoses? Is it diagnoses or diagnoses? I don't know either, so
I was 9, which I was 9 and diagnosed with depression for the first time because, like, I was in foster care, and just no 9-year-old should ever.
yeah, so no lost people with depressive disorder, but a lot of times people have depression and they medicate for it. It's not like depression isn't, I mean, and I'm not saying this, not for everybody, but it's not like you're depressed and you have depression for your whole life. Some people are in foster care and are depressed for a long time, right? But some people are depressed and then become not depressed. Some people have, like, what is it called? Major depressive disorder. Is that the one where it's kind of like your chemistry's messed up? But I hate when people say such vague things as, I was diagnosed with depression. Man, tell me a person you know, even if they have had a great life, who has not been depressed. But the thing about mental health is everybody has to deal with mental health issues, no matter who they are, right? Some people, granted, have been through real trauma, have had it much worse than other people, have things that they can't help with self-help, or maybe, I mean, geez, what helped me with depression was just finding something to do. Not everybody can do that, right? I totally respect that.
Diagnosed with that. But since
But does ALR ever really seem depressed? I mean, we know she's got cash. She just moved to a new place. She's out having all kinds of fun with her mommy. She's dunking on how mobile she is, how she just stand up for no reason. She cleaning for no reason.
then, I've been diagnosed with OCD. I've been diagnosed with PTSD.
I do not believe that you've been diagnosed with OCD. Nothing you do seems obsessive or compulsive, except for lying.
Bipolar. And
I don't
those
believe
things-
that either. You would not be on no medications. Like, OCD is a real problem for people that have it. That's another thing too. Like I just said, you got a mental disorder, a true mental problem, or whatever. I totally respect that. I'm not saying it's not a real thing. I'm not saying you can just get over it. But she's talking about how she's diagnosed with, well, depression comes and goes for some people, OCD, bipolar disorder. Those two things alone individually could be life crushing. But then she also says she could just drink a little bit and, oh, I was going to it, but I gotta stop now. And then she also says, oh, I haven't been on any medications. See this bullshit, man? If you truly have OCD, I would be really offended by this, right?
were like so much easier for me to accept, and I don't really know why. I was actually diagnosed on my 19th session with my psychologist with borderline personality disorder. And for some reason...
That one right there, that's the only one I believe. Borderline Lynn.
I had a hard time accepting that.
I hope I'm not
and
being too
still
loud.
have a hard time accepting that because it's obvious. It's obvious that I have borderline personality disorder, and it's something that I always purposely pushed away. Like, people would contact me and be like, you seem like you have BPD, and I just automatically would shut them down and be like, nope.
Oh, okay,
I don't know what
BPD, we're
it
talking
is.
borderline.
I think it's because with everything else,
But she did say she had bipolar, right?
anxiety, okay? Take some medicine, try some Zoloft, see if that helps. Bipolar,
Try some Zoloft. Oh, try some Zoloft. See if that helps.
some mood stabilizer, see if that helps. You're
not on any of that stuff.
Borderline personality disorder.
Ooh, man, I'm pissed right now. Golly. Like, you can't come here and claim that you've got these disorders that are real things. That OCD, actual OCD, not this, oh, I'm so OCD that some people say. Or not that you're kind of anal about the way you need your stuff organized, or that you get obsessive about specific things. OCD is the people that wash their hands until they go raw. OCD is the people that literally can't leave their home and get to work because the second they're not looking at their house, they're worried that their door's unlocked and they got to go check. And that real OCD is people who get caught in loops that can trap them for hours. They need to have medication and therapy. I think my headset's about to die, but we'll go for a minute.
There isn't really a medicine for that. You have to work, and it's just like,
If I'm not certain, but borderline personality disorder is the one that, you could say Ted Bundy had.
This diagnosis explains literally probably 95% of the reason why I am the way that I am. And I don't know if I want to talk about it anymore because, again, it's hard for me to accept. I don't know why. It's that one thing where I kept telling myself, this can't be real, this can't be true.
Oh man, okay, hold on.
And now
Okay,
it's just
I hope that
something
this
else
is
I have to
audible.
put in work, and it's just...
We're gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna get on my computer here. I'm doing this video on my phone. I've had a horrible situation with, I bought a mic, damn, and the nice little bendy arm thing. I bought a cheap little webcam. I was just gonna make commentary videos. It's all very cathartic for me. It's just something, let's see, borderline personality disorder. Let's see what the definition here is. Oh, let's see. Borderline personality disorder is a mental disorder that impacts the way you think and feel about yourself and others, causing problems functioning in everyday life. It includes self-image issues, difficulty managing emotions and behavior, and a pattern of unstable relationships with borderline personality disorder. Let's see more. Sorry, it's coming up. Damn you, Microsoft, you're garbage. With borderline personality disorder, you have an intense fear of abandonment or instability, and you may have difficulty tolerating being alone. Well, that one rings true. Yet inappropriate anger. She doesn't ever really seem that angry to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Impulsiveness and frequent mood swings may push others away, even though you want to have loving and lasting relationships. So the kind of person that goes around and talks about all the diseases she has is probably more like narcissistic personality type person, right? None of this really. Let's see. Borderline personality disorder usually begins by early adulthood. The condition seems to be worse in young adulthood and may gradually get better with age. If you have BPD, don't get discouraged. Many people with this disorder get better over time with treatment and can learn to live satisfying lives. Does she seem impulsive besides maybe binging, maybe binge eating? If that's, well, she doesn't have that. She has all these other problems. Mind you, Amberlynn Reed is about 500 pounds, quarter ton. And she has all these other mental issues, but not BED, because you can't really say, right? I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I ain't ever going to make money.
Maybe I feel like it's a bit unfair. And then I have to remind myself life isn't fair, you know?
Man.
People are dealt their cards, and it's kind of like...
You have an extraordinary level of income. You talk about how you save money all the time. All your relationships, beside for the fact that you seem like at least mildly abusive, have seemed pretty stable, right? I don't know, man. Maybe you're afraid of being alone because you don't get attention that way. That's called main character syndrome, honey. Oh my God, I said that.
That's like the motto that I need to live by currently. It's like, okay,
that's
my
the motto.
Adult. Now let's play them, you know, in a way that's just gonna make your life more positive. Next question is, give us the tea on the guy who ghosted you. There's like a rumor that a guy ghosted me. I'm just gonna say right now that that rumor is not real. I don't know where that came from. Any changes
She's a
you've
lesbot.
noticed from your hysterectomy? Yes, my hair.
When did she have her hysterectomy?
Is the number one biggest change besides not having a period. Thank God. My hair, you can't tell now.
You need to
because
be
it is
on
straight,
hormones.
But my hair
That would help.
texture has
It would help a lot with your weight if you got on hormone replacement.
completely changed. It's like curly and like
I believe she said at one point she wasn't.
it's just like it looks dry and just not good. It's a
That's it. That's your hormones, girl.
texture that I do not like. So that's
Men have more testosterone, and men get drier skin naturally. Men dry out faster, right? Women have less difficulty maintaining moisture in their skin. And I mean, it might be because of estrogen, right? I don't know. But I mean, if you have had a hysterectomy and the one thing you've noticed is your hair is dry and such, like it might have something to do with that, man. I would suggest anybody who has below whatever hormone levels to get on hormone replacement therapy. It'll improve your quality of life.
I choose to straighten it so you guys can't tell. But on top of that, my hair has thinned a lot. My hysterectomy was a full hysterectomy, so I went through menopause at a very young age, obviously. So I'm just like showing symptoms of that, and I know that's like a really big one. And then another one is like I notice I get hot and cold a lot quicker than I ever did. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it definitely happened after my hysterectomy. Okay, I've had a lot of people ask if I missed this year, and honestly, I don't know. Because my last Vlogmas was my favorite Vlogmas of all time. Because I remember how I felt during it. Not a lot of people have to enjoy it. It's fine. I mean, if you enjoyed it, thank you so much. But it's like...
So I wasn't around for Vlogmas, but do a lot of people like genuinely follow Amberlynn? Or is she like well, Candy has her there. She got feeders because I tried to watch one of her mukbangs and oh, it was too much for me. I mean, the noises that woman is making when she's eating fucking tacos or whatever. And, Chantal, Foodie Beauty, I don't know if there's more than like half a dozen individual people that are genuinely watching her for fun. I swear every day I see a new reaction channel reacting to her. Of course, she's an in stage now. Her channel's dying like in light speed, and she's gone pedal to the metal with the food.
For me, a lot of my memories come from like, how did that make me feel? I remember how people make me.
How did that make me feel? 100%. If it's not me, it's a that, and it's about how I feel.
How situations make me feel above anything else. And I remember Vlogmas making me happy. I felt happy. I felt at home. I felt content. I was sad for it to end. And it's because of the things I was doing in Vlogmas. I know I just said I wasn't going to talk about Feline much, but she is a very large portion of the reason why I enjoyed Vlogmas so much. I feel like we had a very good time.
Most people don't believe that y'all had a genuine relationship in the first place. So it seems a little weird that all of a sudden you've talked about her more than anything else in this little video.
And so now when I think of Vlogmas, I think of her. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna manage. So for right now, I do not know. I love Vlogmas, but do I love it enough to every day be super sad over it? I don't know. Next question is, you should explain your TikToks. Oh my God, my TikToks. A lot of people think that they have like...
What was that? Was that a car?
Do I love it enough
close.
to every day be super sad over it? I don't know. Next question is, you should explain your TikToks. Oh my God, my TikToks. A lot of people think that they have like hidden meaning. They don't. I just really enjoy dancing, lip syncing.
How y'all look being in your 30s and just now getting into the TikTok stuff. Y'all look old. I'm your age. I'm a little bit older, like 3 years older. And man, y'all too old to be just getting into TikTok.
Some people call them thirst traps. Definitely not. I'm just kind of, for the lack of a
Some people call them thirst traps.
better term, I'm just feeling myself. I don't know.
Yeah, we know. What did I say? She feeling herself. She's not in some sort of turmoil. She realized it'd been a few days since she did a video, and oh shit, that's my job. I gotta do something, and I better make it as clickbaity as possible.
Being that. And by that, I don't really know what that means. I just enjoy that. So if you go to my TikTok and you see, you'll know what I mean. I just enjoy that Amberlynn. That Amberlynn to me is fun. What's it been like again?
That's a weird way. That Amberland is fun. Which one? The one from 2019? A different version of you from today? See? This is that weird, like, it's so inherently inwardly focused. She's up here just talking about herself, right? Is that not a little weird? Does that not seem like you're a little bit self-absorbed?
To reconnect with your mom. It has been so amazing. We have so much time lost that I think that we're trying to make up for. And I have noticed some people saying like, why do you only hang out with your mom? Like, well, I mean, I've only been here for a month. My whole...
Well, you have no friends. And I don't think anybody wants to date you that's not a troll.
life, I didn't have her. And we're both in a situation...
And that should make you think about whether you even want to bother having her in your life at all. My dad left my life when I was 19 years old, and he has not been in it since. And part of that is the reason that he's not in it now.
Where we have each other and we're both wanting to build that relationship, whether it's mother-daughter or just a friendship. Because at this point right now, it's like she doesn't 100% know how to be a mom, even though she's doing an amazing job.
Bitch, you're 32 years old. You don't need a mom.
And I don't even know if I know how to be a daughter. As freaking
Once again, you need to be two related adults, and you need to approach your relationship like that.
crazy as that sounds. So we're just trying to reconnect, and we're having fun with each other, and we have not just fun with each other, but we have those tough conversations. She has done a lot of apologizing.
Like y'all talk about whether the skinny legend Rainers were gonna win the World Series.
And we've talked so much about the past, and it's just been really good bonding experience for sure. What is the best part of living in Oklahoma besides being closer to family, and what's been the worst part of living in Oklahoma?
You're right next to Texas.
So the best part is the fact that I actually love it here. I don't know why, but when I lived here when I was 18, it was just for like 6 months or something. I hated it. I don't know if it was like where I was living. I didn't really go anywhere. Now I go a lot of different places, but I just love it. Like, people here are so nice, and I don't know what it is. Like, the energy feels good to me. Worst part has been obviously my random waves of loneliness, for sure. Like, no matter how much family's around
Lonely.
you, whatever it may be, sometimes moving to a
I'm
new
so
place.
lonely. Okay, that's enough. Alrighty, thank you. I hope that you could hear this fairly well. I appreciate any second you spent listening, and if you made it here and you hated it, not sure why you listened to the whole thing, but give me a thumbs down. Call me a douche in the comments. Whatever, man. Dunk on me. I don't care. This is for fun. Thank you.